the WIHS Journal. On the broadcast today, we'll be learning about the ministry Worldwide Lighthouse Missions. Stay tuned for all the details. Well, here in the WIHS studio, we have two women. We are so blessed to have them. We have Jasmine Baton, and then we have Adrienne Lautenbach. And today we'll be talking about World Lighthouse Missions in Manchester, but they're also worldwide, so it's so good to hear about that. They do so much for the community. And actually, Adrienne, you are the director of the mission, and then we have a wonderful volunteer, Jasmine. So before we start talking about the wonderful missions that you guys do, maybe just Adrienne, talk about how you came to the mission, how you got involved.
So I go all the way back to being a youth volunteer, just being a part through my church. Mission outreach is actually the mission outreach of a local church. And so as a young child, was exposed to putting my hands to be a help to those in need and learning how valuable that is, to always reach outside of yourself, to be a blessing to others in need. And it started with packing little barrels of aid to help people in need overseas. Nice. And then we started to get into big, huge containers and then on up from there. And so, yes, a young age as a volunteer. Then when I got a little bit older, kind of college age, the open opportunity came along and I stepped into it with faith of saying, God, is this the direction you have for my life? And he has taken me on an amazing journey. And that was 24 years ago.
Wow.
This week, actually.
Wow. Well, congratulations. And
Thank you.
Jasmine Baton, she is a wonderful volunteer for the organization. How did you get involved?
Well, when I moved to Connecticut in 2008, I'll never forget my first volunteer night, and it was sorting through donations. And I remember a child was actually teaching me the different standards, because one of the things is they want to give goods and clothing that you would give to a family member and you'd want to give. So there's sorting and there's different specifications they go through. So since then, I just fell in love with volunteering, and there's all kinds of avenues to get involved and people of all ages. So it's also a great way to just work alongside people and get to know people as well.
Either one of you ladies want to tell us exactly what the organization is?
So Worldwide Lighthouse Missions was founded in 1994 as the mission outreach of the Full Gospel Interdenominational Church on Main Street in Manchester. And it was really birthed off of the collective heart of the ministry. Definitely the founding pastor at that time had such a burden for humanity and the human condition. And, you know, that Christ's heart is to reach in and preach the gospel and bring salvation, but it's hard to walk away from the bare feet. It's hard to walk away from that empty belly. It's hard to walk away from that shirtless child. And so always coming back with these experiences of interacting with people that they need Jesus, and we gave them Jesus, but they also need a meal. And so that birthing in our church and our ministry took it to the next level. And so enabling the ministry to go a little further, they founded Worldwide Lighthouse Missions in 1994. And it's just allowed our outreach to expand beyond just the walls of the church and really being an amazing presence within our community and the international partnerships that we have, just investing in helping people see their worth and their value, meeting them at their need, at the same time showing the love of Christ. And so in a nutshell, that's who we are. And there's not really one aspect of the human condition that our ministry doesn't touch. It comes in the form of what our local donation center is receiving goods on a regular basis that is there to help support families in the local community, as well as ministry partnership overseas, feeding programs overseas, education, schools and students being sponsored overseas. There's pretty much not an aspect of the human condition that our ministry isn't compassionate about, and we just try to do our part as a whole to be that outreach.
And I love that you are worldwide, but basically your center is located in Manchester. Since you guys have, the inception, maybe either you, Adrienne, or you, Jasmine, want to share a story of a family or a woman or someone significant that you have helped. You don't have to say a last name, maybe just, paint a picture for our listeners so they know about your mission.
Sure. One story that has really stuck in my mind, or maybe I'll share a couple, is one is we provided a shower curtain and some home goods to a lady lady in need. And when our volunteer went and actually donated the items in their home, they were just brought to tears because one of the things they didn't ask for were actual shower curtains. So really thinking about that whole person's need, and that we're thinking about what's that one extra step. What would Jesus do? How would they treat a person in need? Another story is of a veteran kind of returning home and moving into a new place and not having the means to furnish that apartment, everything from their bed to the actual beddings to plates, utensils, everything to welcome that veteran home. Worldwide, Lighthouse Missions was able to extend that hand to him, and that's just a part of who we are. So those are a couple stories that come to mind, and so many countless stories like that of people in need. They may not be at poverty level. They may hit just a rough spot in their life, but there's someone in need, and we're there to be that hand extended to them.
So either you, Jasmine, or you, Adrian, I should ask Adrian because you are the director of the organization. What do you think is the best part about your job?
Oh, my goodness. I could keep you here for hours. Yeah. I think never working a day in your life. I've heard that statement saying, find what you love to do and you'll never work a day in your life. And there is a lot of hard work that goes into this. And I have some tired days, and paperwork is not always the best. I'm a weird person. I love charts. I love statistics. I love looking at numbers and saying, oh my gosh, look at the impact we made. But the best part is about being used of God. Jesus and his heart of compassion drives us to do what we do. We never cause someone to sit down and kneel a prayer of salvation in order to receive the goods, but God always provides opportunity because his light is in us and his love is in us, that when we're doing the act of doing what Jesus called us to do, people are touched and they are moved and they see something different in you. And why is it that you're showing such love? You don't even know me. Because Christ is in me and he wants you to be seen today. He wants you to know that he loves you and he cares for you. Greatest part, just touching people. I feel blessed and privileged every day.
Well, if you're tuning in right now, want to know about this conversation, I'm speaking to Adrian and Jasmine. We're talking about worldwide Lighthouse missions in Manchester. So if a listener is listening and maybe they know someone who's in need, or they can be reciprocal, they can help. Tell us about the organization, where you are. Give us a blueprint of the facility.
Okay. So we're located right in downtown Manchester. That's not the busy area where the mall side. We're exit 3 right off of 384, kind of in the first third of the main street in Manchester. It's called City of Village Charm. It's a little main street. Number 723 is the forward-facing door of our facility. The side entrance, which is located on Bissell Street, is where you come in to access our door in the side of our building. That's where we receive donations, and it's also the location where people who are receiving goods from us would come to pick those items up. We have a warehouse facility that is right behind our building that stores all of the furniture, the appliances, the larger items, the medical supplies, which is hugely important for supporting people in need in that way in our community. And we're just grateful to be able to be that resource to our community.
So if a listener wants to donate, or if they're thinking they have furniture or they have household items just hanging around, let's talk about that.
Yeah, they can contact us a couple of different ways. The phone number is a simple way, 860-645-4198. Leave a message, or if they get someone live, tell them what it is that they have. We'll go over kind of our standard. We do have a policy that, newer gently used items. Some things does matter age. So grandma's couch from 1953 might not be working for us. You know what I mean? We're just trying to restore dignity while we're helping people in need. So we want to make sure that it's in that condition that can turn around and be that blessing. And then they can also email, and it's actually donation center, all one word, at wwlm.org. But they can also go to our website, which is wwlm.org, and navigate in there. I think it's /donation center. And in there, there's actually our gift in kind donation policy, which lists all of the items that we can receive, plus the items we're unable to receive, so that those questions can be put in there. And then there is actually a little email form that you can fill out. You can say, hey, these are the items that I have need of, or these are the items that I would like to donate. Both forms are on there.
What kind of details would you like to convey before we do close the broadcast?
just come on board, find a way to be a part, look around your house, see if you've got something in great shape that you no longer have a need for. Consider coming and bringing it to us. Nothing is ever sold. It's given free of charge to people who have a true need.
Now, you did say you had an Amazon list?
Oh, yes. Yes, we definitely do. We're experimenting our first time ever doing an Amazon wish list as a part of this drive, enabling people who maybe are even outside of the state of Connecticut or, like I said, don't have the ability to bring us something. Go take a look through the wish list, find what it is that you want to be blessing someone in need, and it will be shipped directly to us. You'll see our address. This is the wish list address. It'll come to us, and you get to be a part of this drive in that capacity.
Once again on the broadcast, we learned about the mission, Worldwide Lighthouse Missions in Manchester, Connecticut. In the studio with me was the director, Adrienne Lautenbach, and a local volunteer, Jasmine Bateman. For more details about the broadcast, call us at WIHS at 860-3